welcome to Talkin' Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And we're finally here. I cannot believe it is premiere night. We are talking Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. Original air date, October 3rd, 2006. Written and directed by Peter Berg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, Liz, of course, you were saying all of your thoughts and feelings off mic, but I want you to repeat what you were saying. So please say what you were saying.
Oh, I was just starting with, I am so completely overwhelmed, not only by this show, but by how much feedback we received as far as us starting this show. How many people are saying this is their favorite show? And I'm like, I had no clue. I am so happy to be on this train with all of you, with y'all, because now I can really talk like I'm a Texan. And
well, I guess so.
Yeah. And everyone in the live chat is like, look at Alyssa's hands. She's always talking with her hands. I'm from Long Island. What can I say? Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. I'm overwhelmed. I can't wait for you to like kind of put some pieces together for me. But I'm just obviously overall excited.
I'm also a little overwhelmed. I'm also, with every premiere of any show we do, we always do it together. And it is making me a little sad we're not together tonight. We're doing this over Zoom. I'm under the weather. So it's just a little bit different, but we're matching in our Talkin' Texas Forever shirts that Liz and I are now doing a little shimmy. These are the best shirts.
The best. It's the Bella long sleeve.
There you go. Plug in our merch right now.
Go to our Teespring. We'll link it in the description of the episode. But it is so incredibly soft. Yeah. And our logo looks incredible. It is just fun stuff.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, this makes it feel legit. Us wearing our jerseys, shall we say, our, actual matching shirts. But a little background, if you didn't listen to our intro episode, which you totally could because it's very entertaining. Liz watches 2 trailers. She makes predictions for this series. I have only seen this show once through, and that was 6 years ago. And the only reason I watched it was to prepare for ATX TV Festival in Austin. They had a giant Friday Night Lights reunion, and I got to go to Panther Field, and I got to go into the locker room and the locker house, Panther Field house, and that was surreal for me. And I have a picture of Scott Porter, Jason Street, looking at his locker. I mean,
so cool.
That's so cool, right? And that's the only reason why Aunt and I watched the show was to prepare because we had to work it. We were volunteers. And then I just fell in love with it, but I actually never went back to it. And so now I've seen the pilot like 5 times preparing for tonight. But I'm not an expert on this show like the OC. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be discovering kind of like for the first time along with you.
Yeah, and that's also how I am with Gossip Girl. So
True.
We're like in the same boat, we saw it once through or sometimes not even finish a show. And then we started podcasting about it. And you kind of have to become like the little like detective when it comes to things, which is fine. And then we have all of you guys who I'm sure will help us out if we've missed anything or if we're confused on something. But that's what makes it fun. You see it for... I know you said, what was it, 4 years ago that you watched it?
That I watched it? No, I watched it 6 years ago.
7 years ago.
6 to 7 years ago.
6. Okay, so that is... It's a while.
Yeah.
That was
Liz's face. She's like, oh, shit, really?
The same amount of time that I watched the OC, and then we did the podcast. So it was 7 years about in between. So it's a big... It's like the memory, you might need to look up a couple of things, which is totally fine.
Might need to look up a lot of things. And then the other thing, I mean, not to like paint a picture before we go into it, I don't know football. I do not know football. So as I'm watching this, and obviously there's a big, huge there's a lot of football in this show. I mean, we'll just leave it at that. But there's so much more to the show than football. There is so much heart and the dynamic between the characters that is so relatable for anyone to recognize that's what truly makes this show, in my opinion, this show.
Oh, I can totally see that. I mean, I have a basic football knowledge, but
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so, teach. I don't know if I'll be able to answer that many questions, but
yeah.
But I can already tell that it's not, I mean, yes, it's about that, but it's really not about the football. It's about these people.
Right.
So.
Right. Exactly. All right, so let's get into it. Summary: new head coach Eric Taylor finds his every move scrutinized as he takes over leadership of Texas' #1 high school football team. That's the summary for this episode.
Okay, so he's coming in. This is his first time coaching as the head coach.
Head football coach.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I eventually got there. I was like, oh, okay, so this is actually his first time head coach with these kids.
So this episode, it takes place over the course of a week, Monday through Friday. And we're leading up to Friday. It's the night, the big night that the Dillon Panthers are taking on the Westerby Mustangs. So I figured for this episode, for discussion, for our first, I broke it down day by day.
Oh, yeah, that's simple.
Okay, so let's start with Monday. The week starts off, it's already super stressful because everyone in the town, we hear it on the radio, the news is talking about the big game on Friday. And this is where we are all introduced to our characters. So let's start with Eric Taylor. He's the new coach, like we said. Eric Taylor, that's right. You couldn't get his name right in our intro episode list.
Like listening back, I'm like, Liz, get it together. His name is Eric Taylor. Why can't you get this?
You will get it. You will get it. So he, along with his team, they're being questioned and they're being followed around by multiple news outlets, and the pressure is so high. Like, I feel like within the first 2 minutes, like my pressure level was like you understood.
It's stressful. You understood. So stressful.
Yeah. Eric is married to Tammy Taylor, and he has a high school age daughter named Julie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Putting the pieces together. Funny that he has a daughter that is the age that he's coaching. So she's probably like, yay, my dad's the coach.
Right. And you can tell they're not too pleased about it. I mean, Julie seems pretty quiet. She's smart. She keeps to herself. Tammy is just, as we see, is just looking for a new place to live. She even mentions, hey, let's go to Alaska. It'll be
anywhere.
And she's also just looking at new houses to see where they can go. His and her closets, as she likes to mention and remind. Let's go into the team. Let's go into the Dillon Panthers. So we have Matt Saracen, who is the backup QB. We see him before he heads to practice on Monday. He is getting himself ready along with getting his grandma ready. Now here, you didn't think this was grandma. You thought this was mom.
I thought it was mom, but... And then it was funny, as I was writing my notes, I was like, grandma, damn it. But nonetheless, there's lots of pills going on. She's obviously not well. And he doesn't live in a great area of town. They don't seem to have a lot of money. And he's a struggling boy just trying to, support him and his grandma. Sweet.
Right. Like, we clearly see that he is the caretaker. He wants to make sure she eats. I'm going to make 2 sandwiches, and tries to convince her, like, okay, you just eat one. I will eat the other one. We then meet Landry Clark, who is Matt's best friend, drives him to school and practice every day.
Okay. I have questions about this.
About Landry? I love Landry.
Not about Landry. I must have missed a lot of the conversation writing my notes of them in the car. So Matt was saying to Landry, kind of like I got the impression like Landry doesn't like to go to school. Am I totally off here? And they need each other. I understood that they were friends. But I don't really know what the banter of them in the car was about.
Yeah. Matt is just kind of busting his balls.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I also had Rand watching this with me, and he was like, "Who's?" I'm like, I need to pay attention.
Landry. Did I say Matt? Landry is just busting Matt's balls.
Yeah. Okay.
And also,
either way.
Yeah, and it's also established that Matt is going to practice, but he hasn't actually really played.
Right. And I almost got the impression that he doesn't even want to be on the team. That's what I got from the pilot, from the trailer. But I guess it's not that. It's just he's never really been given the opportunity to play because, the QB is Jason Street, like the hot shot of the town. So when is he going to be able to play?
Exactly. And so our QB is Jason Street, who you hear about Jason Street before you even meet him.
Right.
He is the number one player in Texas and the country. Scouts are watching him closely. News outlets are following him around. He's getting, asked about endorsements, and everybody just wants to know how he's doing. And so when you are the backup QB, the light is not on you.
Right.
He's also not a prick.
He is a wholesome, good boy. He is.
Hey, listen, that's what we're seeing, right? Like, Jason Street is just the nicest dude, and he's the big dill pickle in Dylan.
I mean, he was saying thank you to the EMTs that were putting him on the stretcher. He's like, thank you. I'm like, what? This angel boy? He's so sweet. We'll see.
And we also find out that this is actually not the first time that Eric is his coach. So he has actually coached him back in Pee Wee, freshman, and JV.
Okay.
Yeah. Jason is dating Lila Garrity, and she's a cheerleader. We don't know too much about her yet, but that is his girlfriend.
I mean, the name like Lila, she must be a peach, right?
Yes. We then meet Brian Smash Williams, running back. Smash is a firecracker.
Yeah, I like it, though.
He loves his team. He has confidence, but he does not like Tim Riggins.
And Tim Riggins does not like him.
Correct. So let's go over to Tim Riggins. So when we first meet Tim, what a contrast between the mornings of Matt and his grandma and Lila and her family. And we see Tim just hungover, sleeping on the couch. His brother Billy waking him up. Tyra, his girlfriend, comes over and lays over him.
That's her name, Tyra?
Tyra Collette, yeah. Yep.
I don't know why that's funny. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. But Billy's trying to get his brother up. Like, you need to get up. You need to go to school. You need to get to practice. And Tim's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. And, Billy's like, they're going to kick you off the team. And he's like, I don't care. He has no drive.
Right. And no parental figures besides his brother.
Right.
His brother. And he said to him, like, you're not my dad.
Right.
So, ooh.
Right.
Dicey.
We mentioned Tyra. Again, we don't know too much about her yet. She is, what it seems, is dating Tim. And we see that she gets bored very easily. She likes to stir the pot. She messes with Street. She messes with Smash. She just likes to, dangle herself.
Yes. Dangle herself.
Not to say it like that. But, yeah. And, the way they and we talked about this in the chat too, of just how Tyra and Lila are just against each other. Like, we automatically do that.
Yeah. And then funny because later on at like the bonfire, they're like joking together, not really at odds, but yeah, they automatically do that, which obviously not a big fan of pinning women against each other. Or pitting men against each other either. But, I mean, she calls her a whore. I'm like, is she? Do we need to call her that?
Right.
So, we'll see. I'm interested to see if there's more behind that of why they maybe don't like each other. I mean, I can already see maybe why they wouldn't, because it seems like Tim and Tyra are from, like, a different crowd, even though they're still on the football team, as with Jason and Lila.
Yeah.
So
Tyra and Lila.
Tyra and Lila.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was Monday. We have the practice and the team. So let's go on to Tuesday and Wednesday. The tension keeps building. As these days are progressing, we're seeing how much football means to this town and how small this town is, and everyone is very intertwined. Eric, he gets some tips that he has to work on his defense for Friday, so he's just getting in his ear how he really needs to work on it. And
is that his assistant coach, or that was the coach that was maybe the head coach and is retired or something?
Yeah, it's almost like getting intel, and maybe someone in the chat could clear that up, because people who have seen this, I was curious on that. If you see that come through, Liz, please just like interject here. But we see it's his mentor, Angelina says.
Thank you,
So
Angelina.
I was wondering, assistant coach is scouting. Okay. Yeah, so, but he gets some insight, and he's like, you got to work on it. And I just love how they both are joking, and Coach Taylor's just like, it's just football. And they're like, ha, like that nervous laugh. Like, yeah,
it's not
just football.
It's life.
It's definitely not. But, okay. Will is saying assistant coach is scouting. Yeah. Thank you. Live information.
Right? We're live tonight for our first episode.
We are live tonight via Zoom, and we have a chat going.
Yeah.
Okay. So on Tuesday, we have at Buddy Garrity, who is Lila's dad, his dealership opening.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. Also, it's kind of like the Panthers pep rally.
Basically.
That's happening. Right. So everyone in the town is there getting hyped, also getting questioned. We have the mayor who's just questioning Jason Street on everything. We have Eric getting questioned by the boosters, and this is where Tyra's just kind of like, stirring the pot. We have Tammy getting questioned by those lovely ladies, like, why don't you come to book club? And it's just we're getting a sense of how this town is in terms of football.
Yeah, which it's the only thing that matters to this town.
I mean, and this team is looked at as superstars.
Oh, yeah. There's like this, They're basically celebrities. And that actually now makes sense about with the trailer, and they were talking about celebrities. I mean, I know I predicted that Minka Kelly's like character was a celebrity. Obviously she's not, but in the town, maybe she is, because she's like maybe star cheerleader or something like that. Maybe she's like the captain of the cheerleading squad.
Right. And also her dad is Buddy Garrity, who owns dealership, and he's a big booster. He has a lot when it comes to the team, which we will get into that as this series goes on. So there's more to come with that. But I also have to say, what I really, upon watching this pilot now 5 times, I feel like everybody is so well established. Like us watching this, it's like, didn't feel like a pilot. It's just like we're going into this world that everyone is already so, like no one has to find their footing. Like we're in it.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
I don't. Right.
And I think you kind of realize what makes everyone tick, like right off the bat. So we have Smash's character. They say, oh, your father passed away. Okay, light bulb in my head. That's why he acts out. Tim, no parental figures. He's being raised by his brother. Again, why he acts out. Lila seems like the goody two-shoes girl. Is she? Maybe. I don't know. And Matt's situation, like, again, I understand where he's coming from. He's the caretaker of his sick grandmother. So we are really setting up. And then there's the coach and his wife, and they kind of resent the fact that he's so focused on this coaching position, because if he fails, then they all fail, and then the town fails. And like, there's so much pressure on every single person that it's such a good pilot in the sense that it's like, oh, we set it all up. So now it's like, where do we go from here?
Right.
It's good.
It is good. Wednesday, we see that the team and the cheerleaders, they go and coach the little team and the little team. Yeah, the little guys. The little leaguers. And you can just see how much they look up to Jason Street and the Panthers, and they ask him, are you going to play professionally? Do you think God loves football? I mean, like hanging on every single word. And Jason is just so wonderful. And the whole team really
He's
is
like,
just,
yes, son. I'm like, oh.
yeah, now we pray.
He's so sweet. Yeah. Praying is huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everything.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that they all they form like it's a community in their faith. So I think that's really sweet.
Yeah. Thursday night before the game, we see a quick scene. The coach, he's looking at houses. Well, looking at particularly one. And he's also hearing doubts on the radio, them saying that they don't know about his coaching abilities. And is he going to put too much pressure on Street and really rely on that? And it's just like, again, getting in his head of like, okay, here we go. And for the audience, I'm like, okay, it's building. It's building. It's building. But then we have a friendship scene, which I absolutely love. You have Jason and Lila and Tim, and they're all hanging out having beers. And Tim is just talking about the future. And it's so innocent and hopeful and what it's like to be a teenager. And for a second, you forget that these kids have so much pressure and they're on this huge team because they're just like, here's to living large in Texas. We're going to get some land and I'm the caretaker street, you know, and oh my gosh, I just loved it because the world is their oyster at this point.
Yeah, that was the best scene. One of my favorite scenes of the whole episode. I mean, we love friendship. It's there's nothing new there. It was nice to see. And like I said before, like these two couples that ultimately don't seem to really like each other that much kind of just get along because they're, you know, drinking their beers or whatever. And it's like the calm before the storm and they're just can be kids.
Well, that's the thing, too, because once you know how this episode goes, you look back and reflect on this particular scene and you're like, oh, man, it just like hurts more, but also means more and you hang on it more.
Yeah, like a person like Tim, who I didn't think had that like sentimental side to him, at least not right off the bat, where he's like, oh, like this is a relationship like we're for life and the team's for life, but it doesn't appear that way to him surface.
Right.
So it's nice to hear that this matters to him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So we get to Friday.
Oh my God.
We're here.
I was like, oh, Friday Night Lights. Get it. They play on Friday.
Oh no, Lissy, really? No.
Well, like,
okay.
In the pilot, it's like, oh, okay, we're getting there to Friday. Like, duh, Friday Night Lights, we're getting there.
Right. Friday Night Lights.
I assumed they played on Friday.
Yes. Do you hear them, by the way? My cats, do you hear them fighting right now?
I don't. Oh, yes, now I do.
Okay. Let's try this again. It's Friday. Okay. Everyone in Dillon is ready. The town is shutting down and there is so much expectation. The stadium is full and like it's building, right? You're feeling the momentum. Here we go. Coach is in the locker room and we see him. He's getting the team ready and he gives his speech and we hear for the first time, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Yeah.
Can't lose. I'm telling you, I think I could hear Coach talk every morning. I should just download. Like, I should just listen to him give me like pep talks. And
like an affirmation is like.
Yeah. So good. So we have the game going. Now, friends, like I said at the top of the show, I don't fucking know shit about football. And I'm not going to try to explain the game to you.
But we don't need you to play the scene. Because
I'm not going to.
The end result, I mean, you know, they were doing well, then they weren't.
Well,
then they were doing well, then they weren't.
Right.
And then they ended up winning.
That's right. So the game starts out okay, but the defense, Mustangs, is really good. Street can't see anything coming. And this is where the decline is happening. And he talks to the coach. He's like, I don't know what to do. I can't see it happening. And this is so tense because we're like, holy shit, they're losing. This is not good. The whole town is watching. The pressure's on the coach, new head coach. We get down to this like very critical play for the Panthers. And Street fumbles, gets hit.
Very,
the crowd.
very hard.
Yeah.
Enough
and the crowd,
that he can't get up after.
Well, right. So the crowd goes silent because he's down.
Ugh.
He's not moving. Everybody's looking around. Doctor needs to be called. And it kills me because we see his mom run out to the field.
And screaming.
His name.
Ugh.
Lila is crying and he needs to be taken away on a stretcher. They think it's a spinal injury.
Which is like, you never want to hear that.
I mean, it's so devastating because everyone's watching this kid. Scouts are watching him so closely. And then for this to happen, and as the commentators say, like, this is a parent's worst nightmare. It's anybody's worst nightmare.
Absolutely. And me, you know, I'm just meeting this person and in the pit of my stomach, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good.
Yeah. But the game has to go on. They can't just stop. The score is 24-14. And so they have to grab Matt Saracen. He's the backup with just under 3 minutes to go.
He's like, me?
Yeah. He also has to be, he's also captain, right? So he has to go in, get the plays. He's screwing up. He's totally spiraling. And the coach
and he's a
tells
sophomore.
Him, he is a sophomore. You clocked that, right?
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So the other kids, I'm assuming, are seniors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
is it like we'll do like for 2 seasons they're seniors type thing? Okay.
with some of them.
Gotcha.
And the other times it gets a little, you know, how these shows do with ages.
Right.
I feel like all of our shows do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, Saracen, he talks to coach and he's like, just breathe. Like, you got to read the coverage. You know what you got to do. And he pulls it off.
Yeah, he's like,
actually
throw the ball
off.
to your teammate.
Very simple.
I'm like, yeah, throw the ball there. Make sure you're watching.
But imagine
this
happens, right? And then the pressure's on you and you're like, shit. I mean, I'd be screwing up too.
Yeah, it was a great scene of the parallels of Jason going and rushing to the hospital and having that surgery. Yeah. And then you see Matt not knowing what to do. And the stakes are so high for both kids. And you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And
right. And simultaneously, Jason's being operated on very quickly, might I add. Like, he's in there just straight up, like,
flipping him over. And it was like all Grey's Anatomy. Like, let's just show some fake blood and staples and spine.
Let's get it. Let's hear the drill. Let's hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, no, Saracen saves the day and he pulls it off, which is amazing.
It's very unrealistic. I'm just going to put it right out there.
Well, let's have some faith. I'm
going to have some faith. There was 3 seconds left and he throws that football and it is going out of there.
Liz, you gotta
smash, gets it, and touchdown. I mean, hey, good for the Panthers that they won. But I was like, well, okay. I'll just leave it at that.
He had it in him the whole time. He can pull it off. This is why he is the backup after all, right?
Yeah, and they're like, wow, look at how Matt throws that football. He throws it far and long and fast. I don't even know what else the adjectives they were describing it, but
there it goes.
There it goes, all the way down.
There it goes. But as soon as the game ends, all the boys get down in prayer.
Oh, this part killed
Both
me.
Teams. I mean, no more enemies. We're holding hands and we say a prayer for Jason Street. After the game, everybody heads to the hospital.
The entire town heads to the hospital.
Team. And it is super emotional.
Yeah.
There's just a montage of tears and hugs. And Julie hugs Lila, and the coach grabs Jason's hand, and we have the coach saying things how at one point we all will fall. And it is just, if you're not crying, you're not a human.
Yeah, no, I definitely got choked up quite a bit when they just seeing him laying on the field is, like I said, like a parent's worst nightmare. And as a viewer, you don't want to see any character get injured like that and potentially, you know, be, God forbid, paralyzed or something like that. And so that already was devastating. And then the whole team, as soon as the game is over, like, no, we're kneeling down, we're praying to make sure that we pray for Jason. And then seeing everyone go to the whole, like, that last 10 minutes of the episode was really heavy.
Yeah, it's super heavy because you know from the beginning that something is coming because of the pressure, but you don't expect this to happen.
Right.
Unless you did. I didn't.
No, I didn't expect that. I expected them maybe to lose.
Right.
And that would have been awful for the whole town and for the coach and the players. But no, I didn't expect for their, like, QB to really get destroyed. And now this is where we're going to go from here. So, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what happens. Is Matt going to be like this new star, and what's going to happen with just everyone? So, well, sadness, though.
It is sadness. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with all questions from our listeners.
Woohoo!
Welcome back from break. We're going to go into some questions from our listeners. I'm so excited. We have really good questions that you guys all submitted for our first episode. Okay, let's start with Kim. Kim says, I am from a small town in Georgia where football is everything. They even have a Netflix series about it called Titletown High.
Oh, nice.
It's all people talk about around town, and the pressure the coaches and players get from community is real. Is high school football this serious where you guys are from?
No. I mean, not, I don't think in our age when we were in high school was our football team. I mean, our football team was, like, decent, but it wasn't anything at all like this. I don't think any one of our, like, football players went on scholarship or anything. Like, that wasn't what they were pursuing, at least not in our grade. I can't speak for, like, what happened later or before us, but
I also think growing up where we are and live, football does not surround our community.
No.
It's just not like that. I was saying in our Discord chat, I think I've only been to one high school football game.
Oh, really?
I didn't go to high school football games. I was doing other shit on Fridays.
Yeah. I was in kick line, so I was always at the football games. And it was fun. It was fun because it was cold and you would, like, run around and...
You would run around? Would you just run around? Doing what?
No, it's just, I, like, have, like, these vivid memories of, like, wearing my uniform and then wearing, like, 10 layers on top because you're freezing and, like, everyone's, like, drinking hot chocolate and, like, screaming and then there's drama but it was a fun time. It was fun. I enjoy those memories that I have during football season because when in kick line you performed with the marching bands, and my freshman and sophomore year, our marching band was humongous. It was huge. Took up the whole length of, like, the football stadium. And we were, like, it was awesome. It was fun. People cheered and they thought it was great, and then by my senior year, the marching band was, like, littler than the kick line, but it was fine. But it was a good time. I love football season. I like when it gets to be fall. Even I love summer, but I love when it gets to be fall and you're cozy, but everyone gets together and they have, like, that team rah rah. I like it, but
I think
I went for the social aspect. I didn't go to, like, watch the game.
Yeah, my social circle wasn't into football, except I had one friend who played football, and I guess that's the only game I went to was his game.
The one game that he played.
Yeah, but besides that, my friends weren't into sports, so we were at the mall on Friday.
Right, yeah.
That Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
Mall rats. Jess says the pilot episode is filmed in a very journalistic point of view. Is this carried through in this series, or was it specifically because there was so much anticipation of the new coach and the first game of the season? So, yeah, this does get carried through. The Monday through Friday thing will go away.
Okay, I assumed that it would.
Yeah. Peter Berg is more familiar with film. And so this definitely feels more like a movie than it does a TV show.
Yes, agreed.
And yeah, and they use 3 cameras. And so they shoot the entire scenes in just one shot instead of like taking, okay, now you speak. And a lot of the scenes were shot on location, like sets were not used.
Cool.
And the actors were given a lot of leeway, like, does this fit for your character? Add what you need to it. They wanted it to feel very authentic, and a lot of times they use the first take.
I like that.
Yeah. So I also feel like you can see that more as it goes on. It just feels more real.
It does. It feels like it's like a documentary of these kids.
Right. Exactly.
Which I like that. I like that aspect. It's something different. And I know, I forget who it was in the chat, but they were talking about how the shaky camera was really bothersome to them. And it didn't really bother me. That's normally something that would. But I just felt like it added more of like that like realistic quality to it. So now that you're saying that it was just, what do they call it? Like it's called something when they do like the long shot of like the full scene as opposed to like the close-ups of
like a wide shot.
A wide shot. I mean, but it's like I don't know. Scott Patterson always talks about it in his podcast.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's more of just that as opposed to like getting like every individual person's like their lines and their scene. They're part of the scene. It's just like the whole scene is the scene, which I like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rambling.
Will asks, early predict. Who do you think Tyra's OTP is? She flirts with 3 guys this episode. Is it one of them?
No.
Okay, so you don't think
I think
Tyra's OTP is any of these 3 dudes?
No, I think her and Julie are OTP.
Okay, I'm going to write that down. And let's circle back to this. I'm making a gentle reminder. Circle back.
Circle back.
Okay. Angelina asks, who are your first impression favorites?
I mean, I feel like when's the other shoe gonna drop with Jason Street, because he's already such a goody-goody in a way that it doesn't bother me. Like, oh God, he's so good. He seems like he is just a really genuine, good, church boy. And him and his relationship with Lila, I think is it seems obviously to them, and that's high school, like this is like it. You are my person, like I love you. We'll see where it goes with that. I don't know. I'm not feeling like that. I mean, no hate here, guys. This is my first watch. So if they are endgame, then I will obviously eat my words. But I don't feel as though they are endgame. And but so I like Jason, and as much as Smash is a douche, a big old douche, I know why he is, and that makes him more relatable, and I like his attitude, and he drops everything when it comes to his team. Even though him and Tim don't like each other, they spend, I'm sure, a lot of time on the field together in the positions, so they know each other probably pretty well, maybe too well. I don't know what has happened in their past. So I like Smash and I like Jason.
Okay.
Those are my initial initial gravitating towards characters. So
Okay. Tish asks, Liz, do you think Matt will be catapulted into stardom?
I think he kind of has to be, because this is the team and he is their now quarterback. Who the hell knows if Jason will come back. I don't know what it looks like for the future of, his health and his career in football. So, which is devastating to say, being that he was like, I'm going to, college, and I'm going to go pro hopefully one day. So that's really sad. But I think, there's no way that Matt can't be forced into stardom, because he is now, coach tells him, like, you're in charge. You're the leader. So it's a lot of pressure on him. He's got a lot of pressure there, a lot of pressure at home. Yeah. It's almost like, not to bring up our other children, but a Lucas One Tree Hill situation where he's like, all right, come to the team. And okay, now you're actually really good. And the kids maybe don't like you as much. And maybe there will be some sort of negativity there, because who is this sophomore becoming the quarterback? He isn't Jason. And I don't know, maybe he doesn't really have a great relationship yet with any of those other guys. So I can see there being kind of some squabbles, if you will.
I'm going to jump ahead just because this fits in. Bill Bob, brother-in-law Bobby.
Bobbert!
He wants to know, do you think that Saracen will rally up, step up, or crumble under pressure?
Well, he crumbled and then rose to the occasion. But, I want to say maybe that's the way it progresses too. Like, he's going to crumble for a little bit, and then by the end of the season, he's going to like have it all together. And one way or another, maybe he's like, this is not for me, and I need to like focus on my family, or like, I'm so in this, and his grandma's like, yeah, I totally support you. Like, I want to see you blossom and become, the best football player you can be. So I could see it going both ways. My heart of hearts tells me he's probably going to blossom.
Okay. Back to Tish. What do you think the story is between Lila and Julie? Is there one?
Lila and Julie. They don't, maybe, I want to say maybe they had a relationship when they were younger, and Lila went off to be the cheerleader, and Julie is the bookworm. Moby Dick. Randy liked to point it out that, Rory read Moby Dick. I'm like, yes, thank you, Rand. She did read Moby Dick. She's a smart girl. She's a smart cookie, and doesn't really want to get involved with the football stuff, because I can see maybe she has a little bit of resentment towards her father and this sport, and how it is taking him away from her and their family time. So maybe she kind of just like they had a relationship, and then it kind of just faded out because they were in different circles, if you will.
Okay. Tish asked, did I cry this time? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
The first time, I said this to Liz, and I don't know if I said it in our intro episode. First time I watched the pilot, I did not cry. In fact, I felt that this was not the show for me, because I don't know, maybe my headspace was just in a different way, but I'm like, it's really quick. It's a lot of football. I'm not into this. And then Ant's like, all right, just give it a second episode. And then I gave a second. I was like, okay, I'm into it. Third episode. Then you go back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, Michelle, just like an idiot. Just like, this is such a good pilot. But I didn't love this show the first time I watched it. And I felt no emotion because I'm like, I don't know these people.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know these people either, but there's a part of me that knows I will, in however many months and years it takes for us to finish the show, that I will love them.
Well, right.
You know?
I mean, yeah, you're going into, like, we're doing this now, like, there's a purpose.
As
opposed to Aunt and I just checking out a show and trying to catch up before we go somewhere. That's when Ann and I were doing it.
Yeah.
Moving on to Bill Bob, which I'm going to call him that. Brother-in-law Bobby, huge Friday Night Lights fan. He actually came up with the name for our podcast.
He did.
He did months and months and months ago. We could not come up with a name.
We got to get him a shirt.
I know. His birthday is Thursday, so I think this is what I'm going to get him. So, spoiler, Bobby. He actually sent us videos of him giving us trivia and stuff, but I'm going to play them next week when we're together.
Awesome.
Yeah. But he has a couple of questions. Slamming Sammy, the radio announcer you hear to start the episode. Great name. What would your radio announcer nickname be?
I thought he was going to say, your sister's name is Samantha, his wife. So I was like, Slamming Sammy, where is he going with that? What would my radio name be? Listless, because that's what Listless coming at you.
I like it. Mine would be Mitch Ruby.
Mitch Ruby.
Forever.
That's
Mitch Ruby.
Forever.
Since high school, that's just me always and forever. Now that Jason is hurt and his college ride is threatened, do you see Lila sticking with him?
I think for a little bit at least. She definitely is devastated. Who wouldn't be? Your boyfriend his future is up in the air at the moment. But my gut is telling me that they are not going to end up together. I think they have a very sweet high school relationship. I don't know how intense we go there. I don't know how long they've been together. Just the span of their relationship. I'm curious to learn more about their relationship. So, it's hard for me to predict off the bat if she'll stay with him because I don't know their history. So, I'd like to say that she would because she seems to be a decent person. But if this is a way for them to kind of, if things weren't working, I could see this being a reason. That's awful, but a reason for them to kind of not make it work.
Yeah. Okay. Vic asks, based on your predictions list, were you surprised that Jason and Tim were friends? Whose story would you like to know more of?
That's a good question. I'm interested to hear more about the Taylors and what the scoop is with them. He seems to be mentally, physically exhausted at all times. Where Tammy's like, hello, we're here, your family. So, they're no Kirsten and Sandy, I'll say that.
Well, we just met them.
But I can tell that they have a strong relationship because they've been through a lot together, whatever that may be, and I'm sure we'll get to it. So I'm interested to see what happens more with them, more about Julie, how she feels about living in this town with her dad now being the head coach, going to high school with all these same kids. Now, I know you said the ages could potentially change. So who at the moment is a senior in high school?
Jason.
Just Jason.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then that
Smash. I think Smash. Maybe someone in the chat can
verify.
Can verify that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to put the pieces together. All right. So she has a little bit more time in the town and in the school.
Right.
So, yeah. So the Taylors, to answer the question.
Okay. Were you so shocked that you see something happen right away in the pilot? Like the ending with Street?
They had to give you something to want to continue into the next week. So while I'm surprised at what they did, I'm not surprised that they had to do something like that. I feel like if they were to just have the team lose, that would have been a really kind of wimpy finale part of the episode, and maybe people wouldn't want to be intrigued to come back the next week. So I like what they did. I'm interested to see what happens with Jason, and what's gonna surround that with the team, and his health and well-being and his family. I mean, there's so much riding on just him in this episode, and so the one player that they need gets injured. It's not good, but I get it, and I like that they did that.
Yeah. You kind of answered this earlier, but so Tim or Jason, favorite football player?
Jason.
Yeah.
Tim will get there, I'm sure. He is just a little...
right.
He's a little rough around the edges.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I'm not taking anything away from him. I just think he needs some good love, attention, and therapy, Like, don't we all?
I mean, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is all our questions for this week.
Thank you
everyone who submitted. They were great. Let's go into some trivia. First, we're going to start. This is from BuzzFeed. The show is based on the book Friday Night Lights by Buzz Bissinger, but it wasn't the first show inspired by the book. In 1993, a show called Against the Grain aired for one season, and the quarterback character was played by Ben Affleck.
Oh, interesting.
Jason Street's character was inspired by a real person, David Edwards. Berg was in attendance at the football game where Edwards broke his neck.
Oh.
When Jason Street, Scott Porter, was injured in the pilot episode, he was not given scripted lines. When the EMTs come over to help him, executive producer Peter Berg told him to just say whatever he was feeling in the moment, and he said thank you.
I love that.
Liz's heart grew 3 sizes
I've
day.
held my heart like this entire time, and everyone in the chat's probably like, "Oh my god, Alyssa's such a gush, like gushing over everything." I think what a perfect thing for him to have said to the EMTs, because I feel like that's Jason. And like, I know my initial reaction to Jason Street is so super positive, and like he almost seems to be too perfect. And I'm like waiting. Obviously, it's the pilot episode, so I have no clue what to expect. I don't know where this kid has come from. He seems to have a very lovely home. So he comes from money, or has money. I don't know what his parents do in the town. Or is that Lila's home?
You saw... Well, I mean, Jason has a nice home too, but we saw Lila's family.
Okay, it was like a big brick house. Okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed that he came from some money.
Similar class.
Yes, the class.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we can definitely go into like maybe there are some classes that mesh or don't mesh, and maybe there will be some pairings that we wouldn't normally see come the pilot. Maybe down the line there will be some meshing of classes. I'm excited to see some of that, hopefully.
Well, yeah. There will be definitely the divide of that. Yeah.
Right. I wonder... go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to continue. Insider.com. Taylor Kitsch, who played Tim Riggins, downed a beer during his audition, and he was 25 years old, and he is Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah. Minka Kelly, who ended up playing Lila Garrity, originally auditioned for the role of Tyra Collette.
Okay. That happens a lot on TV shows. They're like, you fit well better for this character.
Yeah. Kyle Chandler and Connie Britton drove from Los Angeles to Austin together before filming to get to know each other.
That's sweet.
Yeah. That's all the trivia I have for this episode. I wanted to grab more, but I also like to definitely fact check. And a lot of sites just contradict the other one. So that's all I have for just a little taste for this episode.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Music in this episode: Explosions in the Sky, Ram Jam, Beck, Jake Owen, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and The Kingsmen. Some quotes. Liz, what do you have? Anything?
Oh, I had... I just like to hurt people. Tim.
I love that line.
Or the grandmother, you I adore. Oh,
You? I adore.
I loved.
Yeah. I have, we are all vulnerable and we will all at some point in our lives fall.
Mm-hmm. A line that Randy liked. You like Black Sabbath? It'll make you mean. Randy likes Black Sabbath.
I don't eat with football players. Oh, and I don't eat with you either.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, let's talk about, what's his name?
Landry?
Yeah, Landry. He's just the friend?
Landry.
I mean, right now, he had a little bit of, he was definitely like a side character, if you will, Matt's bestie.
Yeah.
I wonder if Matt and Jamie, maybe something will happen there. Julie.
Yeah.
Or Landry and Jamie, since he does have the crush.
Julie.
My God.
We could call her Jamie if you want, but I think we should give it a fair try again.
This is a Total Betty podcast. I will not butcher her name anymore, but we will, I'm sure, give her a stupid ship name.
Oh, I can't wait to give ship names on
Julie. Got it.
Julie Cooper, but
Julie
not
Cooper.
Cooper.
Nickel. Yeah.
Right. Another quote I had, I'm thinking about getting a sign that says Landry Clark, utterly useless all-state jerk team. As I tell you, you're tongue-tied, and then I am too.
Yeah.
And then I just love hearing Coach say, get up, Brigands.
Yes. Yeah, and that entire Black Betty scene was the Netflix trailer that we were watching, and I was like, oh, so this is basically, they just cut this piece out of the episode, and that was the trailer, which is fine.
It really is. I mean, I don't know. It really just felt like they just took that snippet, and they're like, here's a taste.
Which doesn't give you much.
No. Let's go into MVP and shittiest. Do you have yours?
I will have mine now. I got it. Oh,
I have to be honest with you.
This is hard.
I don't really have a shittiest because I felt like we don't really know anybody yet. I mean, I do.
Right.
But the person I chose for the shittiest is just a bad, it's not even good. I can't even stand behind it with true, force.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
I have my MVP, though.
Yeah, I have my MVP.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm going to go with it. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
3,
2, 1. Matt.
Matt.
Okay, cool. And also Will chose Matt.
Nice.
What was your reasoning?
I mean, he ultimately saved the day. We see the character that he is right from the get-go, a very nurturing person, obviously has to take care of his grandmother. He doesn't get wrapped up in the football just yet, from what we can tell. I mean, obviously he's been sitting on the sidelines for a while, but he did step up, and it was a little shaky, but he figured it out, and I have hope for him. He seems like a good dude.
Yeah, that's exactly why I chose him.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a shittiest?
I do, but it's only for one stupid reason. You guys are probably going to be like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, I wonder if we have the same shittiest.
Okay.
I don't
Ready?
know. All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Tyra?
Riggins.
Oh,
okay.
That's a good one.
Well, he's just showing up drunk, but I don't want to blame him for that.
Right. And I only picked Tyra because she called Lila a whore, and I just didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. That's a good one.
What does that mean?
Will also chose Riggins. It's funny because when Will sent me his notes yesterday, I was like, wow, we have the exact same reasoning for our MVP and shittiest. But yeah, just that little. But I don't even, Riggins.
No, but it's so hard because nobody, I mean, can the town be the shittiest because they're putting so much pressure on all of these characters?
Wow. I mean,
it's like some metaphoric bullshit, but
yeah. All right. So obviously we have our Betty of the week, but here on Talkin' Texas Forever, I'm going to call it our booster of the week.
That's cute.
So hit us with our booster of the week, Lizzie.
You're a total better. You're a total better. You're a total Betty.
So the booster this week, I'm choosing someone who has been with us for an extremely long time. Emily, I'm talking to you. She's so excited to that we're starting Friday Night Lights, and I felt like, oh my God, we haven't heard from her in a while. I'm so happy that she'll be listening. She'll be hopefully participating. I don't recall me ever giving her a nickname, so I called her Emmy, and I hope that's okay. But we just want to say, hey, Emily, thank you so much for being with us for all these years, and we super appreciate you and your sweetness, and we hope that you are enjoying, and XOXO.
Thank you, Emily.
It's my brain.
Our booster of the week.
Booster.
All right, so I'm going to give you the title for next week,
Oh my God.
and I want you to make some predictions. I'm hoping that in time I will come up with such a creative way to give you a little, insight of how to predict for it'll come. We have to
sure
let
it will
things
absolutely
happen. But for season 1, episode 2, Eyes Wide Open.
Oh. Except, wasn't One Tree Hill Eyes Wide Shut? Did I make that up?
Was it? Maybe.
Was an episode that was called that?
That sounds, sure. You know me and my memory.
Mike's nodding his head, so.
Okay. You can
All
see
right.
them? I actually don't see anyone.
You don't?
No, I think because I made it so small because I have to see my notes.
I see them very small, but I see them.
They're little thumbnail friends.
Our little fam. Okay. Episode 2, Eyes Wide Open.
Okay, so what's going to happen? What's happening with Street? What's happening with the team? What's happening with Taylor?
Okay. So I think in next week's episode, the town is going to praise Matt, but he's still going to have lots of, obviously, stressors because he's now the new quarterback. Nobody knows if and when Jason will return. I truly hope that Jason is not paralyzed. That would be so devastating for everyone. I think he'll obviously still be in the hospital next week. I think it's maybe just like a week that has gone by, if not days. Okay. I guess we'll see. Mm-hmm. Riggins, he's just, what's he gonna be doing? I think he's gonna take it hard because I think he does love Jason, even though maybe he doesn't always express it. And so I think that this will take a toll on him even more, which will maybe make him more inclined to drink even more. Maybe he will become distant from Tyra. Maybe she'll fall into the arms of someone else, possibly Smash. What's Smash's real name?
Brian.
Yes, I did write that down. Maybe no, because he's a running back. All right, never mind. I was going through things in my head.
Are you like technically trying, and you were like, wow, he's a running back. Like I have no idea what that actually means. And here you doing some technical work. I see it in your brain. Like, wait a minute. Let's drop a play right now.
I was like, well, maybe kidding? He would like become this, like the big man on campus. Which he might as well. He could. He very well could. I think he likes to think that he's the big man on campus. But I think everyone will still just like get together and they're still gonna like pray and come see Jason every day. I think Coach Taylor is gonna have a rough week. I think he's gonna be super distant from Tammy and Julie. And Julie is maybe going to try and be there for Lila, but maybe Lila is not going to accept it. Maybe she's like, it was one hug, and we don't need to do this. Like, I don't need your support. I hope not, but I could see that where it's going. I don't know why. I don't feel like Lila's a bitch, but she could be sometimes. We'll see.
Okay.
Julie, though. I'm interested in Julie. What's going to happen with Julie?
What's going to happen with Julie?
All these actors and actresses, I have seen other places. I don't want to look it up. Maybe I'll have Randy look it up or something of where these people, where I've seen them, because I definitely recognize more than half. So
I can definitely look it up for you and give you a rundown next week if you want.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, because I'm just curious because that's the type of person that I am, and I need to know where I know you from. And I'm usually really good at figuring it out beforehand,
right?
But I don't have the time.
So Randy watched with you. What did he think?
He did. He thought it was good. Him and I both feel like maybe, I know there were the critics that were like, this is the best pilot ever. I wouldn't say this is the best pilot ever. And again, like you, I think maybe if I wasn't podcasting about this show, I necessarily wouldn't click onto the next episode. But the hook of what's going to happen with Jason is very intriguing to me since he is such a likable character. I want to see what goes on with him. So I think Randy will still continue to watch with me when I have it on. But I mean, he said he was like, yeah. I mean, we were like joking around with like the pass at the end, like so unrealistic. But overall, I think he thought it was decent.
I mean, again, how would you be so connected you don't know these people yet?
Right. Exactly.
So like, you know what happens, right? I know what happens. So, and it's like every show we watch and you go back and you're like, oh my goodness, this is where we started. And then you start to recognize and you realize and you appreciate it. And you're like, oh wow.
Oh yeah.
This is real. I see what's going on here. It's real good.
Yeah.
Good predictions, Liz. I look forward to watching with you. It's really important. And this is the time where we're going to beg you, if you can please leave us an Apple Podcast review if that's where you listen.
Right. If you don't listen there, maybe there's somewhere else you could possibly leave a review. But if not, it's okay.
Right.
We know you're here.
You can rate 5 stars on Spotify. You can subscribe and follow on there. But if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please make sure you subscribe. Rate 5 stars if you're enjoying. If you're not, like I know this is the first episode, please don't leave a shitty review. Just like leave us. Go. We don't need your remarks.
Yeah, like if we didn't do it justice for you, then
I apologize.
There are other podcasts out there that maybe fits you better.
Yeah,
but
there's actually a Friday Night Lights podcast happening right now with 2 actors from the show. So go ahead, go over there. Don't tell us you don't like our voices.
Yeah.
Can't help that.
We're born with them.
But if you think, this is for you, leave us a review so we can grow the show. That would mean so much to us. And we already got 2 new reviews.
Yes, we did.
Thank you so much. Liz is going to read them for us.
Okay. So we're going to start with, I'll start from the bottom. We have Will. TBPN forever, 5 stars. I didn't even have to listen to the episode to know that I am all in on Talking Texas Forever. Then I listened to it and I'm very ready to hear Liz and Mitch talk about one of my favorite shows, Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, Can't Lose, with a cowboy and football emoji. And then we have Vic, Muse Chick, Let's Go, with 2 footballs, 5 stars. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this to come out. Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, Can't Lose should be the slogan for this network. Listen to any podcast Liz and Michelle have and you will love them. They put their hearts into every show. They really do. Sorry, I of course screenshotted it and it was still continuing. They really do and really care about their listeners. Friday Night Lights is so great and I can't wait to start Talking Texas Forever. So go check out Total Betty Podcast Network and listen to all of their podcasts. You won't regret it.
Aww,
thank you both so much.
Both so much. It means so much to us. So please, 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 please leave us a rating and a review. We would so appreciate it. Before we head out, we do have a little treat. Will has provided us Will's football term of the week. Now, little backstory of this. So Will was emailing his thoughts and comments, and then he included his football term of the week. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is amazing. I love all this. And I'm sitting at the table and I'm like exclaiming all of this. And I was like, Will, I was thinking maybe I'll learn football during this. Do you like my fake like spider hands right here? And so he's like, I can send, like a football term of the week and relate it to the show if you want. And so I respond with, that is awesome. And in all caps. And I send it. And I'm like, Michelle, like tone it down just like a little bit. And so then he sends, sweet Will, sends an image back of a play, a football play. And I literally laughed out loud. And I was like, ha! Funny.
Wait, did
Will
you draw
funny.
this? Did he draw the play?
No.
Oh.
He just like included like, this is what the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sweet. So funny, but no. So Whip.
Can we share this play in maybe on Patreon or in the Discord?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just like a football play, but Will's football term of the week counter.
I'm so ready for this.
The RB jukes one way but receives the ball going the other. Just when the show sets you up to think this is Jason Street's big year, he gets knocked out of the game. So that's the term. Counter.
Oh, counter is a term.
Counter. Yeah.
Okay, I missed what you said because I was, of course, speaking over you because I'm disgusting. Okay, love it. Counter.
Right.
Thank you,
RB
Will.
is running back.
Running back. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So there we go. That is Will's going to send a football term of the week related to the show. Maybe he'll include a little drawing, like the play. Again, the visual. I was laughing to myself. I've been by myself in quarantine. So I'm just like looking around. I'm like, this is hysterical. I'm like, is this actually funny? It's not. But I just really, really, really appreciated it. I'm really looking forward to this show and all of our segments we're going to come up with, all of the ship names we're going to come up with. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just the discussion of new characters.
Yeah. I mean, there's a world of possibilities for me. There's so much I have no clue. I literally know nothing.
Yeah.
So I am over the moon with joy to be watching and talking with you and everyone each week. I'm thrilled.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, everyone who submitted your questions. If you'd like to submit your questions or you have comments, you can email us at talkintexasforever@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media at Total Betty Podcast Network on Instagram and at Total Betty Pod on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's all
our
she
show.
wrote.
Good episode, Liz.
Yay!
We're here.
We've made it. Oh my goodness. It's been
Until next week.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much for listening to Talking Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. You can email us at talkingtexasforever@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing what we do with this show and all of our others, head over to Instagram at Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vicora.